Namaskaram students. Previous session what we have learned? We have learned about the Sale of Goods Act and Negotiable Instrument Act, everything we have learned. We have started the business and in this lesson you have to imagine that you are going to become an entrepreneur. So what are the elements the entrepreneur must possess? What is the qualities of the entrepreneur? What is meant by entrepreneur? And what is the concept of entrepreneur? The word entrepreneur which originates from where and what are all the risk is faced towards the entrepreneur and what qualities of the entrepreneur, everything, the importance of the entrepreneur and also characteristics. What are all the characteristics the entrepreneur must have? Everything we are going to discuss. Before that, let us know about the term entrepreneurship. What is meant by entrepreneurship? The term entrepreneurship is known as setting up one's own business. We are starting our own business is called as entrepreneurship. See, instead of pursuing any other economic activity, already you have studied in 11th standard economic activity and non-economic activity in commerce, isn't it? So, instead of pursuing any other economic activity or any employment, you don't want to go to any employment or practicing some profession, instead of practicing profession, instead of going for any employment, you can start your own business. So, the business venture as distinct from pursuing any other economic activity. So, you need not go for the job or employment. You should not rely on others. You can stand on your own leg. It is called entrepreneurship. So, in that entrepreneurship, a person who establishes the business is called as an entrepreneur. See, if I am going to bring the capital, all the factors of production is given by me. It is called as the person who brings all the establishes the business is called as an entrepreneur. So, what is the process? See, entrepreneur establish the business and entrepreneurship means setting up his own business. And where they are doing all this business? In the enterprises. So, the output of entrepreneurial process is called as enterprises. So, the output of entrepreneurial process ends up in establishing an enterprises. So, he must establish the enterprise. Entrepreneur must establish the enterprise, and then in the enterprises only he must do lot of business joint venture, and then he will become an entrepreneurship. So, everything is interlinked and interrelated. In your book, they have given the diagram. Then, let us move on to entrepreneurship, meaning, concept and definition. What does mean by entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship generates employment opportunity for the various and also variety of economic activities are taken by the entrepreneurship. So, entrepreneurship generates employment opportunity to whom? To many people. See, besides providing self-employment to the entrepreneur, he don't want to move to the another job. So, any business venture started triggers a variety of economic activities. What are all the economic activities they are doing? Like purchasing raw material and also selling the raw material and purchasing lot of any products and also creating an employment opportunity. Everything, lot of economic activities are doing in the entrepreneurship. So, for what reason they are doing all these economic job provider rather than the job seeker. He don't want to seek the job from others. He can provide the job to others. For that entrepreneur, what are all the facilities, what are all the schemes, new schemes are provided by the government. Lot of new schemes are provided by the government to promote the entrepreneur. The only thing is needed is the entrepreneur must have the spirit of entrepreneurship. He must have the thirst to bring to the business. So that is the only thing is needed. The pace of economic development of any country cannot be accelerated without creating a sense of awareness about entrepreneurship among the people. So, all the entrepreneurs are born, isn't it? So, entrepreneurs cannot be regarded as one of the 4 major factors of production. Besides other, see, land, labor, capital. Land, labor, capital is bring by them. So, the organization is fully depends upon the entrepreneur, isn't it? So, organization is depends upon the entrepreneur. Then, so entrepreneurs are born, they're not going to generate, they are born. So, but no country or society can afford to wait for the birth of entrepreneur to pursue its development agenda. The pace of economic development of our country cannot be accelerated without creating a sense of awareness about the entrepreneurship among the people. So, the government are creating awareness about the entrepreneurship to the people, to giving new schemes and subsidies, and also lot of new subsidies, low interest rates are given by the government. So that only the entrepreneur are considered as the job provider rather than the job seeker. Then, what is needed? The government and various other agencies involved in promoting entrepreneurship should carry on a noble task of engendering a spirit of entrepreneurship among the people who otherwise seek a job. So the government is giving lot of schemes to upbring the entrepreneurship. So the word entrepreneur, where the word entrepreneur generates and what is the meaning was prevailing in the previous centuries and what is the present meaning, then what is the concept of entrepreneur? Let us move on to the concept. The word entrepreneur, now let us move on to the concept of entrepreneur. The term entrepreneur has been derived from the French language, which originally denotes designation of an organizer of musical or any other entertainment. See, to whom we will tell as an entrepreneur? To designation of an organizer of musical. Who is going to organize the music, isn't it? So, have you come across the music concert? They will organize all the instruments. So, that is called entrepreneur. On those days, the meaning was prevailing. So, Oxford Dictionary 1887 defines an entrepreneur as a director. See, after that, Oxford Dictionary has defined the meaning of the entrepreneur, that is director or manager. That is in the Oxford Dictionary has given the meaning. So, the person who is performing the musical performance, they will organize, whereas Mridangam, Kanjira, lot of musical instruments are there now, so that we call it as an organizer, entrepreneur. So, in the early 16th century, the entrepreneur, the term was applied to refer to those who were engaged in the military expedition. The person those who are engaged in the military expedition, they can be called as entrepreneur. stage only, there was the term entrepreneur was used in the realm of economics. Realm means it's a kingdom of economics. So since then, it will begin to the surface. The word, the entrepreneur, it may give various views about the entrepreneur. Then it will begin to the surface. So according to the entrepreneur, or now it is broadly classified into three groups. Entrepreneur, that such as namely, they are risk bearer, organizer, and innovator. So first let us see about the risk bearer. What is the definition given by Richard Catlin? He describes the entrepreneur, he must face the risk. The risk is inherent in the venture. So the entrepreneur must act as an agent in the business, and he will produce a product or services, and what are the risks? It is obvious risks, that is, he can sell at an uncertain price. So let us see about what is the definition says. See, Richard Catlin, an Irishman, described the entrepreneur to be a person who assumes risk inherent in the venture started by him. Risk is inherent in the venture. Who is starting the venture? He is starting the venture. Whatever it may be, it is necessary, it is obvious to face the risk. Then entrepreneur act as an agent combining all factors of direction to sell a product or goods for in order to sell at a certain price in future. So in future only he is going to sell the product. So until the future, until the demand for the product, whether there will be a demand for the product or will be more or demand will be less, we can't predict the market condition. So such a kind of risk is going to bear by the entrepreneur. Then another author also says the definition. Knight also described an entrepreneur to be an economic functionary. See, who is undertaking the risk of uncertainty. Risk of uncertainty. He insured, or what he insured the capitalized or salary. So he must be a risk taker. Entrepreneur, he is taking the risk. Entrepreneur also, see, Knight also described to be an economic functionary who undertakes the risk of uncertainty which cannot be insured or capitalized. We cannot insure the risk, or we cannot capitalize the risk. Capitalize the risk means whatever it may be, this month only we are going to incur the loss. The very next month we can reconcile the loss. It is impossible to recapitulate the loss. And also he is not going to get the salary. It is, in nutshell, I will tell you, entrepreneur is described to be a risk taker. He is going to take the risk. Next one is entrepreneur is an organizer and entrepreneur is an innovator. Let us see one by one. Entrepreneur as an organizer. He is going to organize. So according to Jean Baptiste, entrepreneur is one who brings together all the various factors of productions are there, isn't it? And see, he is creating an entity. He is creating an entity. He is a creator. The other name we call it as organizer or called as a creator. With this, with what he is creating an entity, with the factors of production. passionate with entrepreneurship and undergo for that reason because he wants to face the obstacles. He wants to face the obstacles and also he wants to face the what? Misfortune. So misfortune also is quite natural. So during that reason, because of that reason, the entrepreneur can get mental acne. Acne means mental disability, depression. So mental acne means what? Mental depression. He will be mentally disturbed. He will get because of business tension. So many persons are going through they are taking a wrong decision, isn't it? So the entrepreneur must such a pressure they have in their business. So mental depression and also they are going to create a new product, isn't it? So the new product, whether it will go to the market or then it will be whatever the price we are fixing, that can be affordable by the consumer. So because of the creation of the entity, they are going to undergo the anxiety. So they are going to create an anxiety. Anxiety also because what is going to happen next? They doesn't know the future. You will see, they don't know the future of their business and also of their product. So for that reason, they are going to undergo the anxiety. Mental apnea and anxiety, where in the process of organizing, whatever it may be the venture, whatever it may be the business, they are going to face the mental depression and obstacles, misfortune, anxiety, what it will be quite natural in the venture. So that we call it as a entrepreneur, described as a organizer. He is going to organize the business and he is going to organize the administration person and he is going to organize the employee and he is going to organize the banking transaction and at last he is going to organize the customer. See, so he must have all the person, he must have the connection with all the persons. So that we call it as an organizer. Then let us move on to the innovator. Entrepreneur act as an innovator. See, entrepreneur as an innovator, Josephine A. Stumcher in the year 1934 used innovation as a criterion to define an individual as entrepreneur. Individual as entrepreneur. They are going to innovate a new product, new technology, new course of supply of raw material. So whatever it may be the business. So they are going to introduce a new brand, new product and institute a new technology to produce a product and they are going to discover new course of supply of raw material and they discover new product. See, they are going to discover the new product without disturbing the existing monopoly. So without disturbing, already monopoly is there. Without monopoly means single seller. So without disturbing the single monopoly, their product not to be in the market. Without disturbing the existing monopoly, the entrepreneur must become a monopoly in the market. How much product he must give? Listen. So he must, entrepreneur is putting in place a new form of organization by establishing a monopoly or by dismantling the existing monopoly. Without disturbing the existing monopoly, he will become a monopoly in the market. How? Because of the new technology, new product, new course of supply of raw material, everything is given by the new, so that the consumer will prefer to buy the new product, so that he will become a monopoly in the market. Apart from that, in all the concept, the entrepreneur is intimately connected with all the three core elements. See, what is the element? It is Four elements are risk bearing, uncertainty bearing, organizing and innovating. So it is not done in the ordinary course of business. See, it is not an easy job to do the business. Something they are going to take a challenge in their life. So they are going to take a challenge. Their life is in the business, isn't it? So how much they are doing the business well, then only they are going to survival is a question for the entrepreneur. So it is not in an ordinary course of business. We must invest huge investment to introduce a new product and to introduce a new technology. We must install a new type of machinery. So everything will be new. So the capital investment also will be high. Capital, huge investment. Huge investment of capital is needed. So depending upon the capital, the employee, those who are working in the organization also will be more. So the establishment expenses will be high. Then let us move on to, so many authors has given the so many definitions. Let us see one by one. According to J.A. Joseph Scumcher is giving a definition, that is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is essentially a creative activity. So he is going to create, because new product is going to be now. So he is going to create the activity. It is very creative. Creative means new one. Creative activity. It consists of doing such things as are generally not done in the ordinary course of business. Already I have told you, it is not an easy job. It is very tough to do the business. It is not done in the ordinary course of business. Then an entrepreneur is one who innovates and carry out a new combination, or they must bring the new enterprises. Then let us move on to A.H. Cole. He has given the another definition of entrepreneur. Let us see that. See, he has A.H. Cole has given the definition: the purposeful activity of an individual or group of associated individuals undertaken to initiate. They have to initiate, they have to maintain and earn profit in the, they have to earn profit by what? By production and distribution of economic goods and industry. So production and distribution function. They are going to initiate the production and they are going to initiate the distribution function. They are going to maintain the production. They are going to maintain the profits. So all these production function, production and distribution of economic growth, economic goods and services. So because of the entrepreneur, all these activities are happening. Then next one, Mary Outram has given the definition. Whether it may be the individual or group of an individual, they are going to start together, they are going to organize all the effort. See, whatever it may be the money they are having in their hand. Entrepreneurship, it is the process whereby an individual or a group of individuals use organized effort to pursue opportunity to create value and grow by what? They are going to create and grow by fulfilling the wants of the consumer. So fulfilling the wants. Fulfilling wants. Whose wants? Consumer wants. Fulfilling the wants and needs through the innovation. Through the innovative product, they are going to fulfill the wants and needs of the consumer. And then uniqueness. Wants, needs, uniqueness, everything is given by the entrepreneur, no matter what the resources he currently has. See, he is going to spend a lot of money to his business only. At last, after the innovated product, after the product was innovated by the entrepreneur, so what is the rest of the money he is going to have in his hand? So that he doesn't know. So how that much interest the entrepreneur will take to develop the business. So no matter what resources he had currently or after the establishment of the expenses. So these are all the entrepreneurship as an element. As a first one, what we have seen, entrepreneur as a risk taker, risk bearer, and entrepreneur as an innovator, because he is creating the product, he is creating an entity. Then entrepreneur is organizer. Organizer, he brings together, he is organizing, supervising the manager, administration level, and he is going to supervise the employee lower level. From the higher authority to the lower authority, the organizer is going to have a contact with cordial relationship all the person. The entrepreneurship must go and have a cordial relationship with the bank and also the customer. So throughout his life, he must have the challenges. So his life is based on the business. Depending upon his business, his life is going to change. So let us move on to the characteristics of entrepreneur. Spirit of enterprises. See, his enterprises want to bring more money. That spirit he needs. Self-confidence. Entrepreneur, see, this month he has come across 1 lakh rupees loss. So whatever it may be, he must have the guts to meet the loss. So flexibility. He must be flexible with the customer, and he must be flexible with the manager, and he must be flexible with the current knowledge, current ideas. Then innovation. He must already, you have seen, entrepreneur is an innovator. Resource mobilization. Whatever resource he had, so that resource must be mobilized in a proportionate manner. Hard work. He must work hard. He does not want to take rest. Then leadership. He must possess the quality of leadership. Then only the other person will do the work. Foresight. He must have the ability to foresight the future. What is the customer's wants, customer's need, what is our product, where it will be, everything will be foreseen by the entrepreneur. Then analytical ability. So this product we are producing this month, so what is the cost, and the same product, why can't we do it in another way? So analytical ability will be more. The decision making. At last he must come to the decision. Let us move on to the characteristics of entrepreneurship. First one, spirit of enterprises. See, the entrepreneur should be bold enough to encounter risk arising from the venture undertaken. Whatever he has undertaken the venture, so he must be bold enough to take the risk of his venture. Each and every business there must be a risk, so he must be bold enough to take the risk. Then entrepreneurs should not be discouraged by the setbacks or frustration emerging during the new course of entrepreneurial journey. So just now only he is a baby entrepreneur. He is taking a baby step, isn't it? So in due course, suppose somebody will give any idea or anybody will discourage us, we should not get frustrated in case of our business. So whatever it may be, let it be. So we must proceed further. The good spirit of entrepreneurship is bold enough to move further, and we should not get frustration, and we should not have whatever the person will tell. Anybody, so many comments we can get here, so we should not give the ears for all. Self-confidence. First, next one. Entrepreneur should have a self-confidence in order to achieve high goals in the business. So the negative conveniences, inconveniences like lot of inconvenience will come. See, inconvenience, negativities of any inconvenience will come. We should not move on to the inconvenience, discomfort. Then most of the days we will get disappointment, then rejection, frustration, everything will come. See, we should not weaken. We have to bring the business out. The only thing we should bring our business, we must become a number one entrepreneur. So that kind of spirit alone we have. So that self-confidence is needed, and also we should not weaken our resolution to make the venture a grand success. We have to take a resolution as soon as we start the business enterprises. We have to take a resolution after 5 years or 6 years. My asset worth rupees 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs. I will own the business. Whatever you have rented, first initially you are going to start a business in a rented premises. After 5 or 6 years, I am going to buy this same building. So that kind of self-confidence is needed. And then come to flexibility. Entrepreneurs should not doggedly means, see, they must we call it as in Tamil, we call it as verithanam. They must have a spirit of fire spirit, we tell, such a kind of spirit is needed to stick to decision in the rigid fashion. Entrepreneurs should change the decision made already in the light of ever-changing business environment. They should not stick on, they should not rely on the old customs, old product, old business environment. Nowadays, most of them are doing online business, means be the entrepreneur also, we must have the credit card facility, debit card facility, card swiping machine, everything must get. So we should not be always depend on the old culture. Then innovation. Entrepreneurs should contribute something new or something unique to meet the changes. So he must do something new product or new innovative things in his business premises. And he must bring the new method of production or distribution, and he should add the new features to the existing product, uncovering a new territory for business. See, any business territory, it is not covering in our area, we should cover the business territory through our new product. Because of our new product, so business entrepreneur must bring innovating, he must innovate a new raw material. Entrepreneur must have the thirst to innovate a new raw material. Then resource mobilization. How he is going to mobilize the resource? See, resource mobilization should have the capability to mobilize. He must have the capability. What are all the assets we have? You know, tangible assets, and also intangible assets. Isn't it? Both the assets we have, tangible and intangible. Both the tangible assets and intangible, both the one he must bring into the business in an effective manner. So, certain intangible assets. What are all the intangible assets? You can tell me. Entrepreneurs should have the capability to mobilize both tangible inputs. What are all the tangible inputs? Can tell me manpower, money, material. Manpower, it is movable. Manpower, money, material. So this like this it is moving. See, these are all, it is spread over the wide area. It is spread over wide area, and also certain intangible assets like these are all, what are all intangible? Motivation, then morale, innovation. So these are all tangible, intangible means, you know, tangible means it is visible, intangible it is not visible. So these are also the asset for the businessman. So he should not lose this kind of tangible asset and intangible asset with him. So entrepreneur cannot be purchased in the market outright. See, it is possible to purchase outside. Manpower, money, material he can purchase outside. Whereas motivation, morale, innovation, everything will be in his mind. He must motivate by himself. He must develop the morale in the employee, and he must bring the new product by his own development, by his own effort. So entrepreneur has to marshal all these tangible and intangible assets. He has to put inputs to produce a product successfully. So the entrepreneurship is a function of gap filling between input completion. So he must have the ability to bring marshalling of assets. Already we have studied in the final accounts, 11th standard. Marshalling of assets means what? Which one want to come in the left side, the asset side, or which side, which one want to come into the liability side. So everything should be balanced. Tangible asset and intangible asset, he must balance the entrepreneurship and he must bring a good product. So that kind of resource mobilization is very important. With this resource, he must bring an innovative product. He must fill the gap between the input tangible and also intangible. Then come to hard work. Hard work never fails, isn't it? Entrepreneurs should put in steadiness, industrious. We call it as a industrious. Industrious means industrious, great body. Industrious. And constant endeavors. See, one day we are approaching the bank manager for loan. The very next day the manager is refused to give the loan. Immediately we don't want to, we will get back. We will have a setback. We don't want to do like this. As an entrepreneur, if you want to enhance the business, if you want to give, you have to bring the business, establish the business. Also you should have a contact touch with the bank manager. So, you must have a consistent approach with other persons, such as bank manager and also the customer, everybody. Then, entrepreneurs should put in industrious endeavors, constant endeavors to accomplish the goals to the venture successfully. They have to courageously face uncertainty. He must have the courage to face the uncertainty, risk bearings, and also constraints. Any constraints will come, business constraints. Everything will face by the entrepreneur without any frustration. So they should not blame the uncontrolled factors of the misfortune experienced during the course of their entrepreneurial venture. They should not blame the misfortune. It is my fate, it is my, already I know that. We should not say like that. It is our duty to face do the hard work. In due course only, after 10 years or 15 years, we will become a business magnate in the business. See, you go and see the very number one entrepreneur, a person, those who have started a Reliance, they have started a very small petrol bulk. From that only they have started their life. So, it will take time to reach the goal. Until then we should wait. We should work hard. for the good success, good period. So entrepreneur has to, they should spend their energy and also they must addressing the issue to stay successfully. We must stay successful. Whatever it may be the person, anybody will frustrate us, we should not go with that. We must have our own motivation, our own morale, our own idea, everything. Then come to leadership. Then entrepreneurship should be able to influence team members. See, lot of team members are there. In that team member, you will be the leader for the team, isn't it? So we must possess the leadership quality. Then only we can manage the person. So we have to show the sympathy. So sympathy, empathy, we have to show the team members sympathy, empathy, so that only enable them to contribute. They will contribute the positive approach towards the goal of the venture. So whoever working under us, we must show the sympathy and the empathy towards them. Then only they will work positively and their productivity will be more. So we must show the sympathy and empathy. So entrepreneurs should lead others from the front and by the personal example, and should walk and talk and effectively take all the followers to activate the goals of the venture. So the entrepreneur should lead them other for. The entrepreneur only want to stand first. He must lead the